Okay, Mom. I'm going to try and get through two of the new stories, but I wanted to show you this. Finally got that story out of me. 16 pages long, so it's probably my longest. Took me 25 minutes to read it. Um, I got a couple little changes I want to make, but I can't read it to you. Um, as I think I alluded to before, I got to protect the participants, I guess, and I don't yet have permission. I may not ever get permission. Um, the only people who have read it are myself, Angela, and the other party involved who liked it. Angela loved it. She thinks it's one of my best. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get to read it to you. Maybe not. But I will tell you, I guess everybody knows I wasn't doing real well and sick, and I mean, just mentally drained, and I don't know. But once this story came to light, I felt like I was able to put all that shit down, and my anxiety and panic and everything almost disappeared immediately. Because I finally, I guess, in my mind, was able to accomplish something that I've been periodically trying to do for 50 years. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get back to this one day. Um, One of these I think I sent you. The other one, uh, it's not a reoccurring dream, but I keep having these. I've had three dreams that I remember. One of them I remember crystal clear, so crystal clear that I wrote it down. And Angela and I were just googling the meaning of symbols and dreams and stuff, and it was pretty dead on accurate. Um, and maybe I'll try and go back and read the dream and explain it. I don't know next time, but these three dreams that I at least remember always have a big whitetail buck in them, and the buck is always like coming toward me, and then at the last minute he turns. And anyway, I don't want to get too drawn up in the dream. Uh, so these two stories, similar but different, I guess. Um, but uh, they both kind of they both draw off the idea of the buck. Um, Trying to reduce this, and it's been going reasonably well. Um, I'm just glad, to be quite honest with you. Like I said, When this came to fruition and the jitters and the shakes and the panic stopped, I was like, thank God, because I was like, I hope like hell I'm not having withdrawal symptoms or something. But they did, that they cease and desist. So, but not that I didn't learn a lesson from being scared of it, because I do realize I need to, at a minimum, slow my level of consumption, if not quit. I think I'm going to quit while this shit's going on, but whatever. Well, I'll shut up. I haven't named this one yet. Kind of, I think I'm going to name it something about antlers or crown or whatever, but anyway, the unnamed story. All right. I love you the most, even with the short light of fall, even when the nature of things brings on the rut. I make my rounds, spread myself too thin, trying to love and care for everyone. I exhaust myself creating the story of my crown. But as the days grow longer, spring and the intoxication of the rut shrivels and prunes. The crooked story of my crown fall aside. Naked and free of my burden, with no trophy to offer, I sing for my mate. And like a Carolina wren, she comes to me. We build our home and raise our family. Yet as the days cool and the shadows grow longer, so too do my antlers. The crooked story of my life. My battle with light and shadows. The contrast and duality that tears me from her like the bark I tear from trees. As I battle the dark and tear the bark, the story of my intoxicating war within myself grows longer, like my antlers. The priceless crown that is my story and falls from my head every spring. Naked with nothing to offer, I again call to her. I sing, and like a Carolina wren riding the sunshine, she returns, my mate for life. It's the nature of things. I swear I hate this. And those rice burning cars. That was inappropriate. Sorry. I do hate them though. I guess that one got sparked after one dream, and this one got sparked after one of the other two. This one I titled "The Nature of Things," which was also mentioned in that one. In general, sexuality on a whole is predictable. Some species mate for life, while most are not that disciplined. Most must explore and choose, learning as they go as to what fulfills them and makes their seed prosper. It's natural to be drawn to the big, the handsome, the most attractive. That is nature. That is why bluebirds are blue and cardinals are red. That's why ospreys sing for their mates in March and leave them wanting in September. It's the nature of things. I have learned through my undiplomaed doctorate of a 50-year study of the nature of things, there is always an exception. Nature, God, spirits, what have you, will always tempt their children with strong, beautiful, new, flashy things. This is the wisdom of the Creator. That is what allows us to exist. The bold and beautiful, handsome and shiny seem to rule the world, the natural world, but they don't. The idea of nature is to promote the very best outcome for the next generation. Vanity, jealousy, and stupidity always crush this theory. The biggest buck in the woods may service all the doe, but there's always a subordinate satellite buck who supports and maintains. I am not nature's shiniest thing, but my antlers are firm and strong. I have but only one queen who saw my potential. To her, I am loyal. To the rest, if I scraped out artwork in the dirt, if I grunted and moaned poetry in your deaf ears, if I rubbed my insufficient, inadequate antlers on you until they fell off in the spring, only to go again, so sorry. You can tell a lot by a buck and his antlers. It's not always about how handsome his rack is. More often, the real trophy is flawed, crooked, asymmetrical, and odd. It's not a crown of service, but a mangled story of support. He fights. No doe will be alone or unsupported. So I think I told you, I don't know, last week or a couple stories ago, I was falling into that help, 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 just overboard. Angela, my queen, um, reminded me she was the queen and that she needed to be treated as such. So good for her. But ironically, I think I also told you, she knows she knows how attuned I am to my emotions and how conflicted I become within myself. And to her credit, because she knows me so well, I think I said last weekend, I mean, she jumped right in and supported me in my efforts and has been supporting me fully ever since. And we have made progress collectively. We've all made progress. I think her support and the knowledge, knowing that my efforts have at least in some way given someone some solace, is what finally gave me enough, gave me some peace to where I was just not losing my shit and panicking and shaking and sick to my stomach and laying in bed all fucking day. 2 or 3 days straight. But there are not many women out there like Angela. She's one of a kind for sure. I don't think anybody else would jump in and help me resolve some of my issues like she has. But I'll think about the dream thing. Like I said, I wrote it down, and we deciphered it. And we were both looking at each other, going, "Holy shit! How is this even possible?" Um, so maybe I'll make a video about that next weekend. But we still have the mystery story. Yet another miracle in my life, at least a miracle in my eyes. Took me a better part of 3 days to write it. But all right, see you next time.